Let's listen to a nice argument, shall we? Guys, welcome back into another video. It is I, your Lord and Savior, back again with another AOT reaction. This video was posted a few days ago, actually. I'm just late to the party, honestly, guys. So my mistake. I apologize. I didn't have anything to wear. But now I'm here, and now I'm here to show up. This video, guys, was done by Brown's Magic. This video is going into the whole situation and scenario with the whole invaders situation. What I mean by that, those who've seen my channel, seen her channel, who've seen others' channels, knows what we are talking about. And what we're referring to is that whole agenda and ideology that was being pushed, that Eren is just this sociopathic murderer and just wanted to kill the world because humans just merely existed and they were just there. But lately there's been a shift or a change, if you will, in that narrative, because we, as people who hated the ending, have now come across and stumbled across proof without beyond proof that what we have been saying for the past 2 years has actually been correct. Now, granted, we didn't need the explanation of Isayama and other things to try to push the narrative or push that idea that we had in thinking that we were correct, because we had basic common fucking sense. And we could understand how things are written and understand subtext and understand storyboarding and just having a basic comprehension of the human language known as English. We had that. So we didn't need to have these things just pop up to kind of pretty much push what we were saying. Because again, as I said, we understood that. But the fact that these things are here, it does help the case. In this video, I believe she's going to elaborate on the person who is playing Erenyeager and how he himself is also basically agreeing with the whole Isayama point and saying that Eren was not a sociopath and not a psychopath and just wanted to kill people just because. He is confirming that this is also true, which we already knew, as I said, but it is nice to see that you got that too, right? So we're going to deep dive into this. I believe this is her video. Shout out to her for doing this. Again, she has great content, guys. If you are not a follower of her from my channel, please go over there and show her some love and follow. I know that she's a much bigger content creator than I am. However, if you are not subscribed to her and you are with me, go ahead and go over there and show her some love, man. She has good Attack on Titan content. And again, as I've said before, we're all on the same page when it comes to this whole hate for Attack on Titan, if you will. Right? Now, before we get all into that, guys, y'all already know the deal here. Guys, if you are enjoying the content that is being produced, go ahead and feel free to hit that thumbs up button and the like button, as well as that subscribe button, guys. It helps out the channel tremendously, and it helps us grow and it helps us be seen. So I appreciate all you guys who do that. Thank you. And last but not least, go ahead and share the content as well as hit the notification bell so you guys are up to date and aware of anything and everything that's being produced on this channel. So without motherfucking ado, let's get into this. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into this, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing rocking and rolling. As I've said, this is going to be her video regarding this whole discovery. Now, I myself personally didn't know about this, but this is good information as well, because this is also now confirming, as I said, what Isayama was saying back in 2020 at a fan signing, where he was addressing the whole disappointed line, because apparently that's the crux of the whole invaders and people who follow invaders' whole little ideology, is that Eren was saying he was just disappointed just because humans just existed and they occupied the space, which we, people who hated the ending, were saying that was completely wrong, which we already knew that, especially, again, if you just read the story, you would know that is not Eren's character whatsoever. But this here, as I said, is, I believe, the information from the person who plays Eren himself, basically stating the same exact fucking thing, that Eren did this for a purpose. He had a reason for doing the rumbling, not just because people just were there and they just occupied the land, but it was for much more than that. So, let's get into it. Shout out to Brown's Magic. Let's rock and roll.
I just wanted to really quickly...
Alright, so she did say we're going to pause a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it now, even though it's, 4 seconds in. But this is what, because my face is in the way, so this is what this panel says. It says, Kaji chose the scene where Eren apologizes to Ramsay. Kaji, here we go. After the apology scene, I couldn't come back. Couldn't continue acting. He said he couldn't come back. He couldn't continue acting after the apology scene. It's hard to know how much I can say, but they were Eren's true feelings. Okay.
I just wanted to really quickly talk about.
But really, after doing such a thing, the rumbling, it's like, what are you talking about? I understand that he wants to save the people he cares about, but for those who aren't involved, they don't know what's going on.
About these new tweets that just came out. So apparently there was this Attack on Titan stage at Japan Expo, something, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Interestingly enough,
even though Eren understands this, he chooses to do it anyway. And I have been following those feelings of his for the past 10 years. I am on Eren's side.
Eren's character, as told by Kajiyuki himself,
he decided to protect the people he cares about, but this has made him into a monster like the Doomsday Titan. However, Eren's heart is still human. After doing something as terrible as the rumbling, he can't express any weakness. Let's read that again, guys. He decided to fight to protect the people he cares about, but this has made him into a monster like the Doomsday Titan. However, Eren's heart is still human. We knew this. Again, we as people who hated the ending, we knew this. We knew his actions did not align with a psychopath. We knew that. Clearly we knew that. But they were trying to push this narration for the longest, for the past 2 years, that Eren just wanted to kill the world because all of a sudden he looked at this book and then he associated the book with the outside world. And when he found out that there were humans there, he just got mad and just wanted to kill them. That's their narrative. That's what they're pushing. And that's clearly not the case. That's just idiotic to think that. Like, I think you're mentally unstable if you really think that.
Again, something we on the ending hating side have been saying for years.
Yeah.
Has it been 2 years?
2 years. Yeah.
Has it been 2 years?
From the beginning of the final season, part 3, part 1, knowing both the past and the future, he is thinking about many things as he faces a future that he cannot change. We knew that. And see, and that ties into Serenity's video regarding the whole frustration thing of him being frustrated in all of this. Because we can see that as humans ourselves, when we go through situations in our lives that are not maybe as drastic as this, but we can understand disappointment by finding things out. It doesn't mean that we want to kill people. It doesn't mean that we want to destroy the fucking world. Because, again, he was disappointed. Do you understand the difference between disappointed and being angry and being wanting to attack? No, he was disappointed. Being disappointed doesn't necessarily require the action of wiping out an entire society. That's the point that everybody's been trying to make. We get that. We get the play on words. We get that just being disappointed at something is not a defense to be able to just wipe out society. I'm just disappointed. I'm upset. I found out. Damn, this sucks. Right? You find out that one of your close friends did something. You're like, damn, man, that's disappointing, man. That disappointed me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you want to kill them because you found out they did this. You're just disappointed in their actions.
We apparently didn't understand the story. Yet the people who will try to convince you that chapter 139 is so good always have...
He meets a boy, Ramsey, who speaks a different language and lives in a different place. And he is able to tell him everything. Right, because this boy doesn't understand what he's saying. And this is this apparently is coming from the person who plays Eren. So
have to do some tweaks to Eren's character. They always have to tweak Eren's character. There is no way to make chapter 130.
I think it is precisely because what he was saying wouldn't be understood that he was able to release everything he was holding inside. Right. If you really think about it, it ties into a lot of things. He never really said any of this to anybody else because he figured they wouldn't understand, which at the end they didn't. So it was easier for him to be able to express this to somebody who couldn't contemplate or even comprehend what he was saying. Makes sense.
39 makes sense without completely recontextualizing who Eren is as a character. Mm-hmm. With invaders, with Cactus Shash. I hate saying that.
All he could say was sorry because it was something he had to say. And I think it's that part of Eren that saved me. Or rather confirmed the kind of man Eren that I have been playing.
Because it feels like I have a lisp. But with invaders and Sash, it's always he wanted to rumble.
This is a scene that I couldn't have performed without the Eren we saw up until then. And I felt like I can play Eren to the end because of this scene.
Because he hated the idea of humans living outside the walls, just being alive. He wanted the world to look like Armin's book, right?
So
he was a sociopath.
Right. In
the caste systems, he says, I'm bored. I should become the enemy of mankind. So he just always wanted to... It was always in his nature to just go on some large-scale killing spree.
Yeah.
But another common ending hater W. Look, we didn't even need these tweets.
We didn't.
And we've been saying this for 2 years.
Yeah, she's right.
We've been saying this for 2 years, and we never needed these tweets to tell us that Eren was sad, and Eren cares about Paradis, and Eren did the rumbling to save the people he cared about. Like, we never needed these tweets. We never needed to hear it from the horse's mouth that Eren was disappointed because the world was fucking cruel and wouldn't even let Paradisians or Eldians live, couldn't even eat ice cream and all this stuff. We never needed to hear that from the horse's mouth because we read that in the story.
It's true. It's true.
There's a level of reading and comprehension where shit like this doesn't need to be spelled out to you.
Agreed. She's absolutely right. She's absolutely 100% right. There's no reason for us to have to basically babysit your thoughts by basically feeding you every single word of every piece of dialogue so that you can understand it. You should be able to be at a level, as she is saying, to be able to contemplate and comprehend basic storyboarding, basic storytelling, basic conversation. You should be able to be at that level to be able to comprehend that. We shouldn't have to spoon feed you this for you to understand and look and say that, oh, okay, this man's actions from chapter 1 all the way up until this point does not even remotely dictate somebody who's just a psychopath and wants to kill innocent people. Like, they doesn't even show that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even show that to that degree at all. But you guys wanted to paint that picture that way. You guys wanted to have Eren perceived that way. I don't know why. I still to this day don't understand why that was even a theory that was brought up. Because it doesn't even make any sense whatsoever. As I said in a previous video, we understand, people who didn't like the ending, we understand that it's a culmination of that. We understand that, yes, Eren was disappointed that he found out humanity existed. Absolutely. Because again, who wouldn't be after all of this time and after all of these years finding that out? You guys were told that y'all were it. Y'all were the last remaining remnants of humanity. Only to find out that humanity hadn't perished at all. But also on top of that, the people who haven't perished were the ones who sent the Titans over there to you guys in the first place. Was the ones that caused the bloodshed of your people in the first place. Yes, you would be disappointed at that. However, that disappointment alone of just finding out that they're there is not enough for you to go on a world killing spree. If you take out the fact that they were hostile and they didn't like you and they just existed and then all of a sudden he just wanted to kill people, that will be some of the worst story bullshit in history. That will be the dumbest fucking character in history. That you're just upset because they just exist. And what I mean by that is, like I said, take out the hostility. Take out all of that. They're just over there. They doing their thing. They don't even know that you're there. Let's add that. They don't even know you're on that island. Right? They have no idea who the fuck you guys are. And then he shows up thinking that they were the only humans. And then they're like, whoa, there's more humans here? What the fuck? I'm going to kill y'all. That's what y'all are saying. Because you're negating the fact that Marley and the rest of the world want them dead. You're negating that. You're taking that away. All you're saying is that Eren was disappointed. And he was so disappointed that humans were just there that he decided to kill them. Whether they were good or bad. It didn't even fucking matter. It was just that they were there. That's dumb. That's stupid for you to even think that. That's the dumbest shit in history. You go through all this journey, all this time. They finally get off the island. They see that the rest of the world is there and the rest of the world is cool. And the rest of the world is oblivious to you guys. Much like you guys were oblivious to them. They were like, yo, hey, we didn't even know you guys were there. Hold on, let's take you guys in, man. Let me show y'all some stuff. Let's show y'all the things that we've worked on. Let's get you guys up to speed. We would love to see you. We would love to see your island. We didn't even know it was there. You think Eren would just be like, what? Oh no, fuck y'all. Y'all gotta die. No, that's not his character. But that's what you guys are doing. You guys are limiting Eren and whittling down his character to just somebody who easily gets disappointed because of the simple fact that humans just exist and they occupy the land, and he looked at this book and was like, this don't look like this book. I'm finna kill y'all. Like, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely stupid.
And I'm only bringing it up today and showing it to you to, I guess, fucking prove after all this time that the entire time, the people who actually understood the story are the people who fucking hate the ending. Period. And now it is as clear as day.
Yeah, it is.
Now it is as clear as day. So I ask you, what are you doing on the ending defender side now? Now that you have Yuki Kaji saying he did the rumbling for Paradis, Eren is not a psychopath. Do you still like, quote, Erenyeager is not free, end quote? Or wait. Does Yuki Kaji not understand the story?
The person who plays Eren.
Because it can't be both.
Agreed.
Either Yuki Kaji does not understand the story or Invaders made a shit video.
He did.
In other words, you need a new defense to prove that the ending is perfect and that Eren stayed completely in character. You need a new defense now. That video's not going to cut it anymore. That video's been debunked time after time after time. Because guess what? You can't say Isayama didn't understand the story. And even he debunks Erenyeager is not free. Or whatever the fuck that video's called. Is that what it's called?
No.
Y'all were literally out here uplifting a video that opens up with the statement, forget everything you know about Erenyeager, bro. That is the story you're gonna link to me to try and prove to me that the ending is good? I have to forget the story to... Come on, bro. Bro, come on. Seriously? And now we have source after source after source, screenshot after screenshot of shit that we've been knowing for years. I'm trying to wake y'all up, bro. I'm trying to wake y'all the fuck up, man. I get, quote, bullied. I get the people, like the ending defenders so call themselves bullying me on Twitter every day, yet it's the same fucking shit every day. I always have receipts for what I'm talking about.
Right.
The ending was changed.
Right.
Okay? The ending does not make sense.
Right.
Okay? Erenyeager's character has gone to shit. It's a piece of shit now. Okay? And I have this screenshot, that interview, this analysis by fucking Kaji Yuki, the voice of Eren, right? Telling you what's what. Now, what is Kaji gonna, you know, he's allegedly an anime only, right? He's a quote anime only. So is he gonna feel, you know, I wonder how he's gonna walk back on these statements that he said at this Japan Expo or whatever after the ending happens, if it does happen. If there's no AOE and we get 139 animated and see that, I wonder what Yuki's gonna say then. Oh, actually, forget what I said in March. Eren just wanted to rumble because it makes sense. He just wanted to rumble because Armin's book really influenced him, and forget Isayama's interview that said he was, you know, disappointed that the world was cruel and that people, you know, were so hostile towards Paradisians and Eldians. Forget all of that. Actually, I was wrong. I didn't understand the character.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the story that I've been doing for 10 years, right?
Yep.
I didn't understand this character.
Yep.
Eren surprised all of us. All of us. He's actually a sociopath. He's a psychopath. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. I guess we were all wrong. And I wonder if he's gonna like that shit. Bro.
That's what kind of happened for the most part when I had posted a video or two on TikTok. I had actually, which I thought was not going to happen, but I had somebody actually try to question that. Once again, try to question that whole concept that Eren was just crazy or something to that degree. And I'm like, bro, you really are trying. Like, you really are being stupid. Like, you're being dumb. Like, for sure, you're being dumb. They gave such a stupid fucking take. Like, it just didn't even make sense. Like, honestly, it was just such a dumb take that they said. They said something along the lines that I was basically elaborating to the point that Isayama made and stating that Eren was disappointed that the humans were there and that they were hostile and this and that. And that's fine. I was elaborating that point. This person tried to sit up here and say that when Eren discovered the notebooks, because in the interview, Isayama said that it was Grisha's notebooks that made him disappointed. But at that point in time, he didn't even know that the world was hostile. That's what this motherfucker tried to say. And I'm like, you're so stupid because you're acting as though as soon as he saw the notebooks, he just flat out just became disappointed and sad. There was no evidence to that. There was no evidence to even show that he was immediately disappointed and sad as soon as he saw the notebooks. They didn't even understand what the fuck they saw, and let alone with the photograph. They had no idea what the fuck it was. They were like, hey, this is a little bit too clean to be a portrait. What the fuck is this? Right? They didn't even know what it was. Of course they didn't know that the world was hostile at that time. Nor was he disappointed when he first found out. Because he didn't even know. It needed time to marinate. Things needed time to be shown and things of that nature. So I'm like, what in the fuck is he talking about? Talking about when they didn't know that the world was hostile at that point. So it had to have been the notebooks as soon as he saw them. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? Even after they had meetings about this, even after they had a dialogue about this, Eren was still trying to convince everyone that everything's just all good. At the medal ceremony, this is before he even kissed Astoria's hand. This was after his memory started to be unlocked with Eren Kruger and all of them. This is after those memories started to be unlocked when he saw what happened to his aunt. He was still being optimistic, telling the guys about, oh, guys, hey, man, we saw, man, it's still about the ocean and the sand and this, and this. But as soon as his mind thought of freedom and he mentioned the word freedom, his mind lingered to his aunt. Because this is what I have to look forward to. This is the world we have to look forward to. The brutality and the cruelty of the world. This is my freedom that I have to look forward to. Over time, he started to become disappointed. Over time, he started to become weary. Over time, he started to become annoyed. That's what fucking happens. It's just dumb shit, like stupid mental dumb shit that people just don't understand, and they just talk out of their neck and have no fucking clue what they're talking about. That's what's irritating. Because even at that point, we arrive to the beach scene where he is looking defeated. He looks disappointed. He looks sad. Because he's like, God damn, again? We got to go through this whole cycle again of the killing, the bloodshed, all of this over again until they wiped out? Will I finally be free? Will I finally obtain the freedom? That's what he was at that point in time. It took time. I can agree with her with that. Like, folks, I ain't gonna say bully because they know better, but they will question you. They will still follow this rhetoric. And this is why it's so upsetting and so irritating, because this man put out a video that is just full of bullshit. Full of bullshit. Which has been debunked, as she said, multiple times. And yet people are still following this ideology. And it's like, it's wrong. Here's the right answer.
And from the looks of Kasumi's tweets, and again, you do have to take everything this girl says with several grains of salt. But I don't know why she would be, saying shit that helps the ending hater side so much. So I'm just going to assume that these are correct. I don't know. But yeah, Kajiyuki, he's being pretty secretive, right? Obviously, he doesn't want to spoil what the ending's going to be. But him saying, I wonder how much I can say, and ooh, I don't know, I have to be careful when I speak, or woo, 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 regarding the see you later scene, that's kind of interesting, honestly. To me, that's pretty, like in an AOE way, that's kind of interesting. But I digress. I just wanted to say that, like, if you're still an ending defender, your only defense can be, it's shit, but I like it anyway. Right. And I'll respect that. That's acceptable. Right. That's acceptable for me.
I agree.
If you can admit it's flawed. Eren's character does not make sense at the end, and it's flawed, but I love it anyway. I fucking accept that. That makes sense. That's perfect. Because there's a lot of shit like that I like too, right? There's a lot of movies and shows where it's like, well, that didn't really make sense at the end, but like, it was such camp and such fun that I don't even give a fuck. I still love it. Like, Sweeney Todd is one of my favorite musicals of all time. But I still think it's a bit weird for his character. Whoever Johnny Depp played, I forgot his... Well, isn't his name Sweeney Todd? Yeah. Jesus. Whatever. Mr. Todd, yes it is. Okay. I still find it odd that he didn't give a shit about his daughter, That to me kind of feels like a character flaw. It doesn't really make that much sense in the scheme. Like, he had everything taken from him. Here's his opportunity to get some things back. And yet, for some reason, he just doesn't give a fuck about his daughter, right? That to me is like, okay, that's kind of... I don't really buy that. Kind of weird, but sure. And it's still my favorite musical. And I can still call it out that it doesn't make sense that Todd does not give a fuck about his daughter at all. Joanna. I still think doesn't really make much sense. But I like it anyway. And if anybody told me Sweeney Todd is shit, I'd hear them out. I'd be like, yeah, that part where, there are some flaws. It's...
And that's the thing, too. I 100% agree with her. That's all that we've been saying, too. It's like, if you like it, that's fine. I've had multiple people when I was posting things on TikTok, they came in and commented and was like, hey, yeah, I see what you're saying. I see your point. And you actually make a valid point. I just thought it was okay. I thought the way that it ended was fine. I didn't personally have a problem with it, but I can see what you're saying. That's all that we care about. We just care to the point to where we hated it. We hated it with such tenacity that we are like, this is trash, right? And if you, as she said, just come and be like, look, I get your point. I see exactly what you're saying. I can agree with you on those points that you've made. However, for me, I liked it. I thought it was okay. You know, it didn't make sense at some points. Certain things just didn't make sense. So I definitely agree with that. But I thought it wrapped up okay. I was fine with that. I'm cool with that. Again, that's a respectable answer. I can respect that. I'll say, you know what? I get that. Because you're admitting that it was shit. But you didn't really have a dog in the fight for the most part. You just thought it was all right. You were like it wrapped up nicely with a nice bow from your perspective, and you were okay with that. That is a respectable answer that we won't have a problem with. That's all that we're saying. But you guys be trying to fight tooth and nail with incorrect information. And we're like, no, that's not what happened here. This is what happened. Oh, well, what about this part? And they were like, no, this counteracts that part. Well, you know, it's like you guys are keep continuing to try to make invalid arguments with information that's wrong. You can't defend this anymore. It's indefensible. We say we hate it again, and she said the only defense you can say at this point is, hey, I see your points. I see that it didn't make sense at these particular moments in time. However, for me, it was all right. I think it wrapped the story up pretty nicely, and I was okay with it. We're fine. We're like, okay, cool. No problem. I understand. There have been multiple comments in my comment section, very much so, just like that, played out to that point, where they were like, hey, I didn't see really too much of a problem with it, but I can understand what you're saying from here, and I do agree with that. I'm fine with it. They didn't get no pushback from me. I was just like, okay, I get it. I can understand that, and I respect the answer. But at this point, as she said, that's all you can say. You could just honestly say, hey, you know what? It was shit. I get it, but I was okay with it.
Shit. But I fucking love it. It's my special shit, right? If that's how you feel about Attack on Titan, that is valid,
Your
and
guilty
I fucking
pleasure.
accept that. But what we're not going to do is, we're not going to fucking use 139. We're not going to, you know what? I'm going to fucking say this. We're rejecting using 139 as a skeleton for the story. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. 139 is the retcon chapter. Yep. We're not going to use it as a skeleton for the rest of the story, because that would mean you have to recontextualize the entire story in the most nonsensical way ever.
Yeah.
Where most of the story becomes bastardized, meaningless, nonsensical, stupid, funny, a parody. Most of the story becomes a little piece of shit if we accept 139 as canon. She's Eren becomes the biggest schizophrenic on the planet, having weird conversations in his mind that don't reflect his actual, actions and his thought process in real life, I guess, right? He's just lying in his mind. He's got some extra shit going on, right? Like, if we were to accept 139 as true. Right. So we're just not going to accept that anymore. We're just going to call it what it is. It's the retcon chapter. Invaders video is the retcon video. Like, we just need to start calling things what they are.
Yeah.
We need to start calling things what they are. Call a spade a spade.
Yeah,
because you are now at the point where the author, the voice actor, the fucking us, the ending haters, the people who have been, deep fans of this, like, as a literature. Deep fans of the complex themes introduced after the time skip, right? 3 different factions are telling you, bro, the series, no, Eren, this is who Eren is as a character.
Right.
You have 3 different people telling you that. This is who Eren is as a character. Us ending haters. Isayama himself. Kajiyuki himself. This is who Eren is. And then you have invaders and his minions and the other ending defenders saying, no, this is who Eren is.
Right.
Proven by 139. This is who Eren is.
It's
now,
not.
I'm really curious to see if Kajiyuki's gonna change his mind in like some in next interviews when the Core 2 is released or recorded or whatever the fuck, once he has a new perspective on who Eren is after 139, right? After that retcon piece of shit becomes the skeleton to the rest of the story, then I wonder if Kajiyuki's gonna be sounding like these ending defenders saying, oh, well, now that I've acted out 139, it's become clear to me that Eren was, in fact, just a lunatic this whole time.
Yeah.
And the fact that I was touched by him apologizing to Ramsey, yeah, that's all just obsolete now. That's all just bullshit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now.
He's a lunatic, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see if Kajiyuki does that. Because as of right now, just like with us ending haters, where he is in the manga right now, he has the same beliefs that us ending haters have regarding Eren's character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's just see what happens once 139 rolls around. Let's see what happens once he records that. If he's switching his script, or if, or if he's gonna stay in line with us. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you're still an ending defender, you're just dumb. You're just stupid, and you have like rose-colored glasses on. You literally are Mikasa. You're Mikasa in the caste systems, and you're Mikasa in the manga, how she was just blindly devoted to Eren, even though he, stood, she didn't even know who the fuck he was.
Right.
That's you. You don't even know what the fuck Attack on Titan is. And you're dick sucking it. That's you. You're an ending defender. That is what they are. Wow. And once those rose-colored glasses are lifted, it's gonna be too late. Just like fucking Mikasa. Wow. Watch.
She went off at the ear right there, did. But no, she's absolutely right. Like, at this point, it's like, y'all are just fucking stupid. Like, at this point, y'all are just goddamn idiots. It's no saving you guys, because at this point, you guys are just being dumb, like, on purpose. It's like, it's not even like you guys are just trying to figure it out and be like, I can see what you're saying here, but what about this part? And then we're explaining it, and you're like, okay, I can see that. It's not like you're trying to learn a different perspective. It's like you're just flat out saying, oh yeah, Eren was crazy, and that's it. Even though there is multiple reasons and proof why he's not, you guys are just not even just, you're just like, whatever. That's why we are like that. This is why we're saying that you are stupid and you're dumb and you're idiots. Like, we're not even at this point even being nice about it. We're not even going to do that. You cannot defend bad writing. You can't. You can't defend bad writing. So it's one of those things to where she said, you have 3 different people telling you the same thing. 3 different people are telling you the exact same thing, and this is what it was, and this is how it was, and this is what it was supposed to be. But you're just refusing to flat out believe that. Now that's on you. And based on that action, you now have to suffer the consequences. So if we start going in on you guys, don't get mad, don't get sad, because we've already warned you that this is a possibility. And you guys didn't want to fucking listen, you didn't want to take heed. Because it is clear as day as she said, that Eren was not a sociopathic, psychopathic killer. He wasn't that. We know he wasn't that. His actions never dictated that. Ever. Throughout the story. So why all of a sudden now is it that he just snaps and just like, you know what? Y'all exist. I'm killing y'all. Doesn't make any sense. We all know it doesn't make sense. But I'm not about to get back into that. I've already had multiple videos out. She's expressed it enough. She explained and elaborated it beautifully. So there's no point in me going back into it. But guys, you already know the business. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the video. Let me know if it's too late for a lot of these ending defenders and things of that nature. Or if you were more optimistic and you think that some of them will probably see the light soon enough, right? Let me know down below. That is going to do it for me here. That is the video. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful motherfucking day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.